Okay, guys. Yesterday, I got upset with myself. I went on TikTok Live. The first time I did it was a big disaster. I saw some people wanting to join. I allowed them to join. I deleted that video. I started over again. I went where I was going with one topic, and then it just went all over the place. And that wasn't my goal for this, but again, that was my first time, and I'm my worst critic. I'm going to always be harder on myself because I expect more. I do want to apologize, like I said, for that. And I want to make an introduction of who I am. Some of you that are on here because you know me. You enjoy some of the things that I say, since I can say some off the wall stuff. For those of you who don't, my name is Tamisa. I'm going to give my age because I'm definitely proud of it. But do y'all see I've added this purple in my hair? Got some purple. I'm really loving this purple, silver, and black. I've had it before and will have it again. But I'm feeling it. And look at those lips. That's gold. Because I am 51, will be 52 on June 22nd. And this is my golden era. Therefore, I'm going to go with this gold on my lips. I'm going to live the golden era to the best of my ability. I'm really glad to be able to see 51, and I'm praying to see 52. There's so many people that are leaving here so young. It's really sad. But I was born June 22nd, 1974, in a small East Texas town, Linden, Texas. It's right across Lake of the Pines. I'm sure some of you have heard of Lake of the Pines. But anyway, that's where I was born at. I was raised up country. That was some of the best upbringing I could have had. On both sides of my family, it was nobody that was rich, but nobody was suffering from great poverty. We never went hungry. And most of all, I grew up with love on both sides. Love is something that's truly missing in the world today. I touched on this yesterday when I was saying that love is a verb. It's an action word. Now, I didn't have all the time where it was run up on each other all day, every day. I love you, I love you, I love you. The love was felt by them giving time, by them teaching me. Now, every time we would go and visit, when we get ready to leave, it was see you later, I love you. That was done all the time. At nighttime, good night, I love you. But I saw the love, like I said, by them sharing, taking time with me. Love is still the same way today. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't know love. People now are putting love with things. And when I say that, a lot of parents don't have time for their children. But they have money, so they buy them stuff. They buy them plenty of stuff. The more money that they have, the gifts are larger and nicer. A child would rather have your time. Now, my children were raised up, yes ma'am, no ma'am. But me, I didn't want to seem old. But they can't me, gnaw me. They definitely can't ignore me. I'm going to get their attention. But they say yes to me. They go to school. They know yes ma'am, no ma'am. They know to respect their elders. We've gotten to now where, matter of fact, I had a neighbor, and she told me her daughter went to the same school she graduated from. She told me that she told the people at the school that they can't talk to her daughter any kind of way. That's her friend. Well, honey, your friend needs to know how to act so she doesn't get talked to any kind of way. Because, see, that's the thing. People have it bad. They can dish it, but they can't take it. Some people out here want to talk to you crazy and think you're not supposed to say nothing back. See, I just look this way, and people say, oh, Miss Tamisa is so sweet. I am. But there's another version of Miss Tamisa that will get with your ass. You can't play with me. And when my children go to school, the teachers are the authority. Now, with that being said, I can give you an example of this. There was a teacher that had told my daughter she couldn't go to the restroom. The school called me and said that she was not at school. So I immediately called her cell phone. She was in high school, so she had a cell phone. I called her and said, "Where are you?" She said, "I'm in the bathroom." So she told me what happened. The teacher wouldn't let her go. So I called back, asked for the assistant principal. We talked. I'm sorry, y'all. I lied to y'all. I just lied. I called and I spoke to the teacher and asked them about allowing her to go to the bathroom. There's no way I wouldn't allow her to go to the bathroom. Why would I do that when I've had so many people that left and went to the bathroom? I said, I don't know what your problem was. That might have been it because you already had so many out. And you were waiting on somebody else to return before you let her go. Not sure what your issue was, but I know that's what happened. I know she's not lying about this one. So now I called the assistant principal because the teacher is lying. And I just told you you were lying, sir. So now I want to talk to the assistant principal and let them know what's going on. And that's how I handle it. My children know I love them. They know I have their back when they're not wrong. I love them enough to tell them when they're wrong. I have 2 grown daughters. Each of them are in relationships. I never try to overstep in their relationships. That's going to be a real hard part of loving your adult children because you don't want to see them make the same mistakes that you've made. You definitely don't want to see them hurt. But you can't step in and take over any of that. Now, if they bring something to me, I'm going to give them my opinion because that's why they came to me. They want to know what are my thoughts, what is my opinion. I love them enough to give it to them. I love them enough to tell them when they're wrong, when they're mistreating their significant other. I have no problem with it. I love them that much. Because whether that relationship makes it or not, I want them to be better for the next one if there's a next one. I want them to always show up as their best. Again, I love them that much. I love them enough that I've told them no. I love them enough that I did my best to prepare them for the world like my mother did. A lot of children don't have that. When I say prepare them for the world, I don't even know if I should say this on here or not. So I'm going to leave part of it off. But I'm going to say this. I grew up knowing and being told that you have to be on time. You're supposed to be on time. I was told you never know if there's going to be an accident on the road back in the days when we used to have to drive to work. You don't know what could happen on that highway or the road to work. What can happen? So you always want to leave your house in enough time so if something does happen, you're still on time. So I raised my children the same way. They got to where, as teenagers, you don't need me to wake you up and tell you it's time to get on the bus. Now it's time for you to start practicing. They set their alarms, they can get up and go. If you couldn't go to school, well, no, you're not going to a game tonight. Your friends aren't coming over. I do myself the same way. If I can't go to work, no matter who's having what or doing what, I'm not going to go and participate. I was so sick I couldn't work. So now I'm not going to hang out. Now your children can deviate from what you brought them up. That's them. They get grown. That doesn't work for them. They no longer want to do that. Okay, great. That's you. Do what you want to do. But I know what I taught you. Parents, love yourself enough to know if you put in the time. Again, if you put in the time. Because some of y'all aren't putting in any time. If you put in the time and you did the best you could with your children, love yourself enough to know that whatever they go out here and do now, it's not because of you. You are not the blame. Give yourself some grace. Because some children were brought up with the best intentions. They were taught to be on time, be courteous, respect their elders. And then later, I don't know what happens. They just go to doing and looking like somebody that you not only didn't raise, but somebody that you don't know. Y'all, love is so wonderful. I'm going to tell you, I see so many husband and wives that have been best friends for their entire marriage. They were best friends before they got married, and it continued. Then for one to lose the other, it breaks my heart. And I say, you know what, God, it's a blessing and a curse at the same time that I'm not married. I don't have to feel that hurt, because I don't know how they go on without their best friend. And that's the way it should be. My grandparents were like that, best friends. And when my Big Daddy died, I call him Granny and Big Daddy. When Big Daddy died, Granny left 6 months later. And I was actually surprised she made it that long, because when they got married, she was only 13. So they had been together for quite a while. You can love your friends. A lot of us have bonus sisters and brothers, because those are people who stepped in, stood up, and treated you like you would want your siblings to treat you, or like you treat your siblings. And maybe your siblings don't reciprocate that. When you love somebody, you're able to make time for that somebody. You're able to have a conversation with them. Not blow them off, but have a conversation with them about things. I'm going to repeat it. When you love someone, you're able to make time for them. I'm not saying you have to talk to them every single day. I'm saying you're able to make time. There's check-in time at some point in time. You're able to communicate with them. You don't talk sideways to them. You're able to communicate. If they're doing something that's irking your nerves, you're able to say, hey, you know what, Tamisa, every time we talk, it seems like you're leading the conversation. Where I get a chance to say, well, honey, I'm leading it because you're just sitting on the phone. You're not saying anything. So what's the point of us being on the phone if you're not saying anything? And see, because I can say that, because that's me. I will carry a conversation. If we're sitting together and we're not somewhere like the movies, a concert or something where it's something else to listen to, I'm not going to sit there and just look at you. If I'm going to do that, I can be in my room to myself and watch TV, because that's what being alone is for. But y'all, love is so wonderful. It's missing so much. You can love somebody else's child. You can love your job. I've had jobs that I loved. I hated to leave them, but having a family, sometimes the jobs that you love don't pay enough, and you still have to take care of your family, so you can't stay there. Some people are blessed enough that they have somebody else that helps support the family, so they're able to have the job that they love because they love it. They're bringing in a little money. They can buy a couple of groceries or tissue and stuff like that for the house, where it takes some off of the other bread, the main breadwinner in the family. But a lot of us aren't able to go to a job that we love because, again, we have to have something that pays decent. And you go there and you do your best until you find something that's going to pay you a little more, and then you can leave that job because you can't be where you don't have any type of income. When you are out somewhere, you can show that you love yourself. The way that you do that is by not going in and acting crazy with people at the grocery store, the gas station. Acting like they really owe you something. They supposed to kiss your ass or something like that. You can look presentable when you go out. I was raised up to do that. My mama always told me I was a reflection of her. So going out in pajamas and stuff like that wasn't tolerated. Now, there was a time that I had gotten to where I just didn't care and I didn't want to be bothered. So I guess I was dressing the part because, baby, I look like I don't care and I don't want to be bothered. Please don't bother me. I wasn't dressed up. When I sign in for work each day, I'm not in clothes. Since I've been at home, working from home since I guess it was 2020 when they finally sent us home from COVID, I have more sleep attire, sleepwear, short set pajamas, sleep shirts, those things. That's what I work in. My hair usually doesn't come down. I have a hair bonnet on it, or it's twisted up is the way that it's done, because I'm not seeing anybody. Now, whenever I've had to do training, I've had to take my hair down and that sort of thing. But no matter what I do, I love myself enough that I'm not going to water myself down for anybody. I stand out wherever I go. It's just me. I've always been like that. Some people like me, some people hate me. Guess what? It's your pick. It's your choice. You don't like me, you don't have to be up under me. I'm not begging for anybody, because one thing I've never been is lonely. So even if 30 people say I can't stand that bitch, I'm going to still be okay. I'm going to be fine. Because it's going to be somebody. Tamisa, Miss Tamisa. Hey, girl. It's always going to be somebody. I managed to have that. So I'm not going to be lonely. I'm not going to break apart. And I know everybody doesn't have that type of thick skin. So when my feelings do get hurt about people, it's when people lie to me and tell me they give a damn about me, and then they show me they don't. That's when I get hurt. Because I let you in. I shared with you. I gave you time that I could have done something else with. And then now you don't fool with me? I'm hurt. I'm going to get over it. I'm going to mourn you because I've lost you. So I'm going to mourn you then. I'm not going to show up at your funeral later because you've been gone from me. Y'all will hear me say that a lot. That's me. My mind works different. There's no need for me to go to somebody's funeral that I hadn't talked to in 5 damn years. What am I going for? Baby, I didn't know what you was doing for the past 5 years. Now, I will go to that funeral if there's someone else that I'm close to. I'll go there to support them. But I'm not going for myself, because I already, again, mourned you when you decided that me and you had nothing for each other. I walk away from people when you keep dogging me the fuck out. And I can't take it no more, because I'm better than that. I'm going to show up for who I love, who I care for. I've done it with or without a car. There's not been one single person that actually needed me or was going through something and I didn't get there. I'm the one that's going to get there. If you have me as a friend, you've got somebody solid. I'm going to make time for you, whether you call me once or twice a year, because you need something, whether it's for me to just listen to you, vent over stuff that's troubling you. You need some advice from me. I'm always going to be here to give it if I care something about you. That's what helps me to feel like I'm worthy of God's love, is to give back to others. And I always try to do it. And I know everybody, like I said, didn't have the same upbringing. See, mine was different. My mother taught me how to, because this is way back in the day, again, I was born in 74. My mother taught me how to balance a checkbook. My mother had me going and paying the utility bills at age 13, going to the grocery store. So I was doing all of that stuff at a young age. Some parents don't teach their children those things, never thought about they needed to teach them that. I teach mine as they start becoming teenagers. Well, I don't need to call and make your doctor's appointment. They're going to have to talk for themselves sooner or later. So I have them where they call and schedule their own doctor's appointment. They need to keep up with it. They need to remind me or ask me, am I able to take them to the appointment on such and such date? Because they're going to have to start doing this in their life. I want them to be ready for life. Again, I love them that much. I want them to be ready for all aspects of life. Being able to speak up for yourself is definitely a big part of life. No matter if you're in the church group, you're at work, no matter where you're at, you're going to have to speak up for yourself. Don't come later complaining about all the things that you are engaged in because you let someone else volunteer you and you just nodded your head when they say you can do this, you can do that, and you just nodded your head. You never told them, no, wait, I don't have any time for that. Love yourself enough to give yourself some time for yourself. Everybody's time for themselves is different. Me, I'm easy. Honey, I can get the backyard and something cool to drink and nobody come in and out the door calling my name or ask me to do nothing. That's my peace. I'm happy that way. Just give me a little bit of that. I'm happy that way. Some other people have to go out of the country to have a little peace. It is not that serious for me, honey. I don't have to go out the country for that. But again, what I want everyone to do, love yourselves. Recognize when somebody else loves you. And if you don't feel that type of same thing for them, let them know that. What we're going to do on the next time I come and talk to y'all, I'm going to discuss and talk about mental health. I do know a little bit about it. I suffered actual nervous breakdown and ended up going and getting diagnosed for it. Actually had to get some help. I'll let y'all in on what happened and how it went. I'm not going to be ashamed of it because what I went through could help somebody else. And I've always said a lot of times, I don't have time to have a nervous breakdown. I got stuff to do. I got to go to work. I can't be sitting up depressed because I'm not going to do what I need to get done. I managed to pull myself through. But again, as I constantly am reminded, everybody is not me. They don't have that same core, that same inner strength. No two people are going to be alike, which is a good thing. I'm happy about that. But I'm just happy to be happy with the way that God created me. That I love me enough to carry on for 10 people that hate me. I love me enough to where I'm going to bounce back from that. Somebody meeting me and looking at me like I'm nothing isn't going to break me down. I'm thankful for that. But there is somebody that will. And what I have a tendency to do is to pull that person up and let them know you are somebody. I'm not trying to rebuild them. I'm just reinforcing that they are somebody within themselves who they are right now. Some people will try to change people. I don't. There's some people that's not for me like I'm not for some people. And if I don't find something in you that I can deal with, I'm not going to waste my time with it or yours. And by that, I'm not saying I'm not going to speak. I'm not going to be nice. I'm always going to do that. But I mean, I'm not going to try to run up on you and become your best friend. I got some. And it's just, with those best friends, baby, let me tell you, my granny told me when I was about 10 years old, she said, Tamisa, true friends, you going to only have a few. You're going to be able to count them on your hand. Guess what I found out? She wasn't lying. She was not lying at all. Plenty of associates, but true friends, when I say true friends, those are the ones that I'm saying like your sisters. They're your bonus sisters and stuff like that. They'll come through for you. And when I say come through, because this world is so bad, so you'll hear me do this a lot. When I say come through, because so many people think that coming through for somebody is some money. It's not. Because I could get some money from Sarah on the corner if she feels sorry enough for me. And the way that now social media is out here for people, it's a bunch of strangers that are giving people money off of this GoFundMe and stuff like that. Or just Cash App, Zelle off of that. So again, anybody can give you some money. If somebody takes time out their day to listen to me when I'm having a horrible day, a horrible week, or I'm telling you I got some health situations, and you can take time out your day and then you want to advise me or ask me what have I done to get it fixed, you care about me. And I appreciate it. I'm definitely going to reciprocate it. And most definitely, I will remember it. So, like I said, those are the ones that are there for you, no matter what it is. 10 people trying to jump on me. She might can't fight, but she's showing up for the fight, so I won't be by myself. That's being there for me. If you got some people that are there for you, be good to them, because I see a bunch of backwardsness. And when I say backwardsness, I mean people have folks that are there for them. They take them for granted. Oh, I ain't got to do nothing for her. She gonna be there anyway. She alright. I don't need to do nothing for her. But some old thing that don't give you the time of day, they run up on them, running behind them, trying to chase them down. That's craziness. It's a bunch of backwardsness, baby, and I'll call it out as I see it. But I see that a lot, and I'm sure a lot of you see it too. You got some friends that you've been damn good to. You're down, you need something, they're not there for you. But old Erica over here, that they don't know nothing about, Erica ain't never went out her way, done nothing extra or special. They down for Erica. Erica called. I have to run over here. Erica, she was crying last night. I wasn't able to get over there. She got off the phone, say her sister was with her, but I got to get over there today. You crying right there in their face. Girl, it's my bedtime. That'll happen. But again, love yourself enough to know who's there for you. Be there for them. Love those who love you. And I hope you have a great, great day. Until next time.